Boom. Oh, we are live today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be taking a look at Link, Ontology, and Bitcoin. And just very briefly at the end, stay around for the XLM trade that we were looking at. And we're all up already, almost already 50%, 60%, and in the fetch trade around that as well. So stay tuned for all the fun things. And we're just gonna dive right in and take a look first at Link. So here I have Link open on the daily versus the Bitcoin price. Now, actually, for those of you in the private den, you'll know that I made an entry around 50, where was it? 56. 56. There was a nice little pennant that had been starting to form right above our blue line here. And around 5,100 to 5,600 essentially. And then the other really nice thing here, this is one of the reasons why I was excited about this, was because we were breaking outside of a rising or an ascending channel. This is almost always a bullish outcome if you break to the upside. Now, for how long is it bullish is a great question. Now, I actually have Link open on the US dollar chart as well. Not normally my favorite, but I figure right now one of the things we want to do is just kind of keep a clear eye and anticipation on how these things grow. Link was one of the ones that the Bear family had been trading themselves for a long time, and I was very, very reticent to get myself into a position, but did end up doing that in the first place. So here we go. We actually have a wave. I'm going to do this again in US dollars right now, and then I will go into Link versus Bitcoin next to show where we might be in this sequence right now. So we punctured through this 4.236 line, which is the previous top of our wave back here. And we've actually gone into almost an exponential growth version right here. So let's use this as the top of the wave. And as you can see, as we broke through around what would be $5.8, we took this massive run, and we're probably headed up to around $9.5 to $10. To get much higher, though, we're really extending, and we're going to have to look at other questions. Now, I do like the idea of this kind of a Link army concept, which is basically people that are just willing to hodl to drive the prices higher. But I do want to warn that market sentiment always remains the same. When everyone starts to get really excited and everyone's talking about buying Link, like your grandma wants to buy Link or something, it's usually a time when you should be taking some profits. Now, I, as a trader and as a value investor, one of the things I like to do is take out my initial entries into a position. So say you're up like 2 or 3 times, right? I take that initial entry out, so everything else is a free ride. That way you can just let it run as an investment versus a trade. That way if Link goes up to, say, all these crazy numbers that the Link people are talking about, like $250, right? And astronomically higher than where we're at right now. And maybe even possible. I'm not sure. I'm not smart enough to say what is or is not possible. So in the world of randomness and but almost infinite potentials, that's what we want to understand too, is we're actually getting kind of near a peak in the US dollar price. Now, let's take a look at the Bitcoin price. Now, same with Bitcoin, I think we're going to hit the top of this previous channel. Now, the top of this previous channel is actually created from some of the previous waves we have back here in 2018 going up, which would put us around 10 or 102,000 Satoshis. Again, I believe between the $9 to $11 mark with all the hype that's going in there. So, what do I think? I think this is in general one of the fun things about where we are right now is in comparison with where we were in 2017. In 2017, everybody was monkeys playing darts. Now we've gotten into a space where the venture capitalists are here, the hedge funds are here. So we get to see these really unique breakouts and these accumulations. Now, this constant accumulation of Chainlink here in this rising channel was beautiful. All the hype that was built around it, the fact that the original holders or the investors in this say, well, I'm just not going to sell it. That's what Bitcoin had going and still has going for it, is that the community recognizes the value of their stability in the relationship with the market. Now, everyone, if you need to take profits to pay for your medical bills or to pay off your debts, those are some of the best things you can do. And that's what I always try to do. If I have those debts I have to pay off, etc., make sure you take care of your baseline first. That way, if you see some exaggerated win, you're not left out in the dark thinking, oh, I should have paid off these things. Find yourself like in the black, which is basically in the green in our game. So shout out to all the people who got in Link early. Was really excited about that. I have a nice position here. I felt like I should have went on a leverage long now that I look at it. But anyways, great trade, exciting to see, and hats off to all the value investors who were able, as I'm not going to be offensive and say you're dart throwing monkeys, but to some degree, we're all witnessing the birth of something so new that we really don't know yet what's going to be successful. control. So it's a very, very good plan to not be married to like, oh, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, because in the end of the day, if you're not investing to increase your portfolio value, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. You're just like a cult. You're part of a cult. Anyways, we'll leave it at that. Okay, let's take a look at Ontology. Now, Ontology was, see, the reason I want to take a look at Ontology here is because of something really beautiful that I didn't get a chance to write this chart up, sadly, before it took off. But here we are following this really nice ascending channel, not on a much smaller time frame, but not too dissimilar to what we had seen with Link. Test it up, test, and then as soon as we broke out of this channel, again, where I have my blue line, like profit entry is at around 720 Satoshis, we saw a really big, nice spike upwards in Ontology. So these ascending channels, and again, we're in versus Bitcoin's price here, can produce these nice gains. So it's always wise. I wasn't able to produce this one fast enough before it broke out. Like a lot of the times I try to do my charting, it's like you're watching it in the final phases. You don't want to have someone hold in a position for too long. You're not necessarily sure, right? So there's still room to come down and test the 600 Satoshi mark. So I didn't get this one out, but fantastic to everyone that saw some of these that we were watching in the bear den again, and we're able to take profits from that. So lastly, I want to take a look at XLM and shout out to all the private bear family members. This has been so far a great trade for us. We made our entries around 740 Satoshis here, and we're already up 40%. So if you guys want to join our private community, our private investor trader community, we're always making new resources. We have a once a month newsletter that comes out. We're always trying to create content, and more importantly, an active group of traders and investors who are there to help. So if you want to, come up with your own trade, which is what we would highlight the most. We don't want people just following us. We want you to see the things that we can't see, because there are so many great things out there, just like you guys saw Link when I did not, right? So what you want to do is empower yourself with the tools that you need to be able to recognize these trends when they're happening. And one of the fun things about what we were seeing with Stellar right now is there is a bunch more producing these. So to all the private bear den members, we know that there's around 5 or 6 more of these that can produce easily 100, maybe 200 to 300% returns in the next few months. So that's a very exciting time to be a part of, because that means there's a lot of momentum going into our little playpen. Now, I took some of my profits here, and I'm letting the rest ride, because again, I believe that this could go much higher. But I do also believe with the weakness we're seeing in Bitcoin right now, we could come back down and test this 780 area. So now that I've taken my initial profits off the table, everything else is basically a free ride, right? So we could see another 21% retracement, but again, that's on the back of the fact that we could see another 40 to 50% gain over top of where we are right now. So none of this is investment advice. Play with your own risk. Now, lastly, I want to look at Fetch, which is another one that was making this beautiful play, and we're going to be charting up more of these. And this was the secondary profit point, which I did not get a chance to draw in because I had actually underestimated how profitable these accumulation trades can be. So now, again, not dart throwing monkeys, we're looking at accumulation, breakout, right? And then we'll see another distribution and accumulation phase come up here with Fetch in the next little while. But I believe Fetch could actually run maybe all the way up to the 750 Satoshi area here within this particular wave group, now that we've seen some of the other ones do the same. So remember to follow us on Twitter, subscribe, share, leave your comments on the video below. Remember to hit the all notifications bell. That way when we do pertinent videos like this, you guys are all informed and able to get the videos in a timely manner. So again, we've in our private group, we've been watching Fetch all the way back down here. And again, what I love about this is it records our trades for us, so you guys can see. Here we go. Here is our entry. Boom! It blew right through the profit. Here's one we had with Digibyte. Nice 40% gain. Less than 24 hours later, bam! Right to the top of the channel in the profit point. Right. So it's very exciting to be able to make these plays. 30 to 40% at a time is fucking phenomenal. I guess I have to tell YouTube now that I swear in this video. So hey. Remember to give us those thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the bell notification and hit notify all, that kind of fun thing. I'm really, really grateful for all your guys' support. You can join our private group in the links below, or you can just join our free newsletter. We try to send out something once every month or two, and we'll work on actually sending out even more than that. Very, very excited, guys. There's a lot of really good trades coming in the very near future. Again, here's what we saw with Stellar. bam, right up to the top, right off the breakoff. So very little time exposure. And again, I guess I will leave this off. For any of you that join the private group and if you're not happy, I'll just give you a refund. Like, I don't even care. Well, I do care why you were not happy, but I'm not going to question it. So it's sign up for $30 a month. If you're not happy at the month, let's give your money back. Most people jump in, they're extremely happy. Like, we get these great comments here from the private group, like this one, champion, so grateful for this group, thank you to everyone. So again, the importance and the value of the community can never be underestimated. What makes the Bear Den so powerful is the fact that there's so many different types of people in there, sharing their thoughts and their ideas and learning how to trade and invest. That means as we all do better, we all continue to do better. So anyways, the two with the Arcane Bear, thank you guys for joining us today. All those fun things. I love you. Stay safe, stay healthy, make sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep, eat some pineapple, and we'll see you guys again on the next side.